Okay, my name is Jane Lalande, and I'm from the Germantown section of Philadelphia. And my reason for taking the tech course today is, first of all, I know nothing about blogging and nothing about the other things that we'll be learning today. And I work with young people between the ages of 5 and 12, so it's really important that I know what they're doing.
My name is Tiffany Spraggins, and I decided to come to the Telecom Center today because I want to learn more about being an African American woman in the whole digital media world with blogging. And I am a Temple University student. I'm currently a senior, majoring in broadcast, telecommunications, and mass media. And I will be graduating in May of 2011. And I heard about the Telecom Center through the listserv at Temple University.
Hi, my name is Rolinda Goldback, and I'm here with We Are Black Women to enhance my computer skills, to learn about blogging and Facebook and all of those kind of things that I haven't yet dared to tread on. And I'm hoping that I'll learn a lot and be able to take it back with me and use it in my fields of work and relaxation.
WeAreBlackWomen.com is a blog network for women over the age of 40. One thing that we found, meaning my business partner, Yvonne S, one of the things that we found was that women in our demographic, women over the age of 40, women in their 50s, when we went to the web or when we saw publications, we didn't see people who looked like us. So what we wanted to do was offer a place where women who, like us, who have been done pretty well in our careers, who have done decently in our lives, and we wanted to give them a place to come together. And we knew that you could find entertainment, especially for people over the age of 35. You could find news about a little bit of everything, but you couldn't find things that pertain to what was interesting to us, what were our hobbies, what were our passions, the things that make us sort of rev up. And I'm just speaking personally, one of the things that I found after being a journalist for over 30 years was that I love auctions. Love them, go to them, and mesmerized by them. And I have a blog on the network called Auction Finds, where you can, read about all the interesting things that I come across. And we have 5 bloggers. We have a blogger who writes about food and nutrition and living healthily. A blogger who writes about being a part of the sandwich generation. She has an older mother and a younger daughter, so she's sort of caught in between, how do you balance those two distinct groups. We have Yvonne writes about faith, and her blog is called Soul Rhythms. And we have another blogger who writes about just taking on life. She's someone who sort of looks at issues or circumstances and find a way to get around them, and she does not allow them to take hold of her. She takes hold of them. Akweli and I were both at Pod Camp last year in Philadelphia, and in one of the sessions, I think I mentioned Tech Camp and wanted to offer sessions for women in the demographics of WeAreBlackWomen.com. And afterwards, we just started to talk.
Mm-hmm. Yep, it's really amazing how it all came together, and I just emailed you the other night how this just started out as a vision in your head, and here we are, a year later, doing the camp. It's a reality, and I think it's really wonderful. When you told me this idea, a picture of one individual popped into my mind. I said, this is for my mother. She has a jewelry business, and I keep telling her, Mom, you need to get online. This could grow really big. And she came up with all sorts of excuses. Oh, it's too difficult, and it costs too much money, and I don't have time. And one of the purposes of PodCamp is to let people know that those excuses really aren't valid anymore. They may have been at one time, but the tools have gotten so ubiquitous, so easy that anyone can do it.
Camp is the first, and what we want to do is to have others in the future. You know, we'll probably plan another one in the spring, and we will start with that beginner camp and have advanced camp, and also elevate those to even more. Anything that, you know, our core group is interested in, we can provide. And we also ask people to do some sample blogs so you can get into the rhythm of writing, and so we can see what you're going to write about. And then so you can get a feel for, you know, can I do this? Do I have time to do it? Do I have enough to say to sustain it? Because we do want to sustain it. And, you know, and I look beyond blogs. I think blogs is a way to start. And what you want to do is look into the future. You know, can I do a book at some point on my blog post? You know, what else? Can I become an expert in a subject matter so that I can go to a conference and talk about, you know, what my expertise is? So, you know, so we start here, but we want to expand out beyond that, because you become an expert. You know, I can talk about auction. I can talk about, you know, a lot of the stuff that I've written about. And so you want to become an expert. That's when you start to make money off your blog, because those ancillary types of exercises is what's going to catapult you from just being a regular blogger to you become the business.
So let's see what a real Animoto video looks like that someone created for their business or for themselves. Okay, here's the site. This is what you see when you call it up. Example videos. So yeah, you can do it for your wedding, for vacations, for just hanging out and partying.
So you're putting a still shot on there and they're making it move, or just?
That's right. They're making it. Now you can do videos too.
Okay.
You can like if you don't have a video camera though, you should consider that a limitation, because you can upload your still shots as well. So you see anything on here that's calling out to you?
The wedding.
Wedding.
Let's check that out.
I wanna feel the sun, have barbecues. I wanna see my friends, be more than new. We'll turn on the game and share some laughs. And we'll play this and that. And I'll say goodbye to rainy days, to the colder nights and the empty trees. Not full of life and colors new.
Social media is online content created by people using highly accessible and scalable publishing technologies. At its most basic sense, social media is the shift in how people discover, read, share news, information, and content. It is the democratization of information, transforming people from content readers into publishers. Who talked about blogging? You just learned about blogging. Is anybody writing a blog? Anybody thinking about it? Yeah. Social media is mini blogging. Blogging is actually going down because people still don't like to read. That hasn't changed. That hasn't changed. But now you can do other things by importing video, and we're going to talk about that. Social media has become extremely popular because it allows people to connect in the online world to form relationships for personal, political, and business use. What I want to say really about branding is that you don't want your online image to be any different than somebody meeting you in person. It's about being consistent. Some social media stats and websites. Facebook, which is my favorite. Right now I have 5,000 friends and I want to know when can we up the limit to 10,000. I'm maxed out. 550 million active users, and 70% are not in the US.
My name is Karen Turner. I'm a professor here at Temple in the journalism department, specifically broadcast journalism. And I came today because, first of all, the event is here at Temple, and so I knew about it, and I've been reading the blog. But after being here, I just think it was a wonderful experience because it was more or less a safe place where people could ask questions, and somewhat naive questions for some of them, and not feel that people were being judgmental and say, oh my gosh, you know, you don't understand that. So I think that it was a lot of information was covered, and it was done so quickly. It was only 4 hours, and well, no, I guess it was 5 hours, and but it was done in, as I said, a very safe environment, and everyone took time, broke down the answers so that everyone was clear, and it was just very good. I feel kind of nurtured.
I thought the conference went very well, very well. I saw some light bulbs go off, which is always good, about how to use social media to grow their brand, their business, and their life. Life is about relationships, and they use social media to leverage more relationships and empower people. So I thank you for joining us, and I hope to see you at the next conference.
My name is Lori Tharps, and I'm a journalism professor here at Temple University. And I thought the tech camp was fantastic. I thought it was the perfect way to explain some very intimidating parts of social media. The atmosphere was one where people could, ask their questions and really dialogue with each other and feel like you're not the only person who doesn't necessarily know everything about Facebook already or Twitter or anything else. I learned a lot. I feel like I know quite a bit about social media, and I still felt like I learned a lot, real hands-on resources, and I'm gonna go upstairs to my office and try out right now, so I thought it was great.
Hi, I'm Yvonne S, Vice President of WeAreBlackWomen.com and Yvonne Share Media. Today was our first tech camp, and I think it went really well in terms of giving our participants a chance to understand more about blogging, social networking, and the influence that they themselves can have in the world through using Facebook, Twitter, blogging, either for us or for someone else. Most of the participants seem to have left happy and glad to have had a chance to learn something that they did not know. And so we're looking forward to doing more tech camps in the future, here in Philadelphia next spring, and in Washington, D.C. at some point. But we want to spread this around because we want to make sure that as many black women in our demographic, 40 and over, are connected to the web in ways that they aren't now because the media is so powerful.